So now let's get into it. So these are the leaks that I want to talk about. I feel a little bad talking about it. Not gonna lie.
$300 mark, I won't pick it up. If it's the $50 mark, I won't pick it up.
So
Clearly, with all the Omega Supremes I purchased, which I can't believe, I have a thing for Titan size figures.
I thought you knew me better than that.
First off, I want to give a big happy birthday to Peter Cullen.
Welcome back, Transformers fans. We've got some exciting news for you today. But first, I'm James the Con,
And I'm Bobby the Bot.
and I have something really exciting that I want to talk about, at least for me personally. But before we get into that, why don't we talk about something? So why don't you go ahead and take it away, Bobby?
Well, first off, I want to give a big happy birthday to Peter Cullen. I know it was, a couple of days ago. By the time this comes out, definitely the person who got me into Transformers. Want to say happy birthday, many more. Just a inspiration to us all.
Yes, yes. He is probably the most prolific voice actor I know. Transformers are not Transformers. So happy birthday. You did make that character for sure.
Definitely.
All right. And another piece of news before we get into it is for all you Taiwanese Transformer fans out there, they released Pulse in Taiwan. So that's pretty cool. Go pick up some figures and let us know what you got.
Definitely.
All right, so now let's get into it. So these are the leaks that I want to talk about. I feel a little bad talking about it. Not gonna lie, but it's out there. It's in the internet. So I guess we'll just talk about it. So I'm gonna have you tell me what they are. What are these?
I see spots like it's Cheetor, and I see hearts. Oh, I know what those are. Those are tapes.
Well, one
At
of
least
them is
one
a
of them's a
tape.
tape.
Yes.
And
So these pictures were put on TFW by a user that said their contact gave them these pictures. Feel kind of bad to mess with MMC. I think these are the tfcon exclusives. Going to be
hey,
100% with you.
that
So this is Rosanna, obviously, got the hearts and everything, and Transtech Cheetor off of their Chrome Dome mold from the comics that was very futuristic and stuff. That's what I'm assuming. I cannot say how excited I am for both of these figures. Rosanna's the one that I want out of all of them. She's the most unique out of Rewind and Eject, right? I'm right
mhm.
correct with the names. She has the worst name, I will admit, but she is the most unique. And then Transtech Cheetor, we could do a whole episode on Transtech and how it influenced my transforming needs. If you, do you know what Transtech is, Bobby?
I have no idea.
So a quick rundown is after Beast Machines, they were going to have Transtech. Beast Machines did so poor that they canceled it, and they went on from there. Ever since I found out about it, it has been one of the most interesting things in Transformers. I've wanted all of them. So I can't wait to get this. And I'm very ecstatic. And even if it's not a TFCon exclusive and they come out, I will still pick them up. But I think these are leaked exclusives. Honestly, it's an obscure character and it's another tape which they've already done.
I'm all in for the tape. I will probably pass on that Cheetor. That looks very weird, and I do not know what's
It's
going
not
on.
it's not going to look like this. This is what he's supposed to look like and it looks different. I didn't put a picture of the Chrome Dome. I'll show you later. It looks more normal, which is a
Okay,
shame because Transtech isn't supposed to be normal.
because that thing looks a whole bunch of I don't know what's going on right here.
I absolutely love it. It looks like what I want Transformers to be: weird and unique and fun, intermixed with the more normal looking ones. Anyways,
Normal,
let us know
normal
what your
for
guys' thoughts are.
I'll
Do
take
you
normal
think
for
this is
500, Alex.
Do you think these things are real? Do you think they're fake? Do you think they're TFCon exclusives? I'd love to hear your guys' opinions below.
Ditto. But I will be picking up. I will be picking up that tape if
Let's
it's.
just be honest. You picked up that Batman. When you get to TFCon and you see the exclusive, you're going to pick it up. Don't lie to yourself. If it's an exclusive, you're gonna pick it up.
Stop snitching on me.
So let's move on to what is just announced. And the first thing actually made me think of you. And I'm not even joking. It's not a Legends figure. It
Oh,
doesn't transform and it doesn't move, but it's something that I thought would look good in your collection. And that is this cold cast metal Optimus Prime sculpture by Bradford. I thought this was really unique. It's only about $90. Megatron, Bumblebee, and Starscream are going to be coming out next. But it did make me think of you. It's a small statue that you could put somewhere. Happy birthday, Peter Cullen, as part of that.
so first thing I noticed were the eyes, which I do not like the way those eyes look. I'm hoping it looks better in person, or if we see different angles or something like that. I don't like the eyes. I do like that there's the roller behind him. That's really cool.
I didn't even notice that.
Those are the two things I noticed immediately. So statues are not my thing. $90 does put it more in the affordable range of what I'm willing to spend potentially for a statue, but it would have to, those eyes would have to be corrected.
Yes, gotcha. I just thought it looked cool and it had
It is
enough
cool.
detail that you would like it.
There is a lot of detail in there. They just need to detail those eyes a little bit more. But the the Cybertronian writing on the front of it looks really cool. That looks like there's a wing he's stepping on as well back there. So it does look cool. I wonder who he's pointing at. I hope he's not like, Optimus Prime phone home or something like that. But you know, uh, it's not my favorite statue, but it would probably be the one that would be the affordable one, and probably that's why it's not my favorite.
And that's why it stuck out to me in my head, was because you would actually buy something if it's $90.
Yeah.
But moving on to still non-transformable things, let's go through these really quick because I think we're both sick of talking about them. We've got ACGHK 2023. It's a show. It just went on, so they had, I guess, it's an action figure show, so they showed off the non-transforming ones. And first, we've got YOLO Park with the third movie, Dark of the Moon, Megatron, and Optimus Prime. They look fine for what they are. Next, we've got Furai models, Beast Wars Megatron, Bludgeon, and Banzaitron. Do any of these get your eye?
So honestly, the Megatron looks pretty good. That head is really, really good, and the Bludgeon actually looks okay as well. The Bonzatron I can't really see. It's kind of in
The lighting is bad on that.
Yeah, it's kind of in the back, but the details on the other two is really, really good.
Yeah, I agree. I really like how Megatron's tail turns into like some sort of claw blaster. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wouldn't mind getting the Banzaitron. Banzaitron was an action master that didn't transform. I have one that's not transforming already, so I wouldn't mind getting that. But again, it comes down to cost. If this thing is $300, I'm not getting it. If it's one of the buildable models for $50, hey, I'll pick it up. So we'll have to see the cost on that.
If it's the $300 mark, I won't pick it up. If it's the $50 mark, I won't pick it up. So
all right, so next we've got some new Rise of the Beast DLX. This is, I think, 3.0. We've got Jazz and Scourge. What do you think about these guys?
nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
that Mirage is just the worst thing in the world. Anyways, let's keep going. And I put this next one in specifically for you because you have a kid and you might want to get this for him. And that's this 4-pack. I think she would really like this.
She would really like it. I actually got her, just to see if she would go into Transformers. I got her like the $5 or $6 figures from Earthspark, and she likes the Bumblebee and the Optimus Prime. So depending on how much this is, I probably will pick it up for her.
Yeah, I think it looks good for what it is. The paint looks about on par with our Legacy and Studio Series figures, if not better. So
it is popping. It is pretty bright.
Yeah, these look good. They actually have windows painted on them. Isn't that crazy? But this looks fine, for what it is. And if you do have a kid, I think this would be perfect for him.
I think so. I might look at that.
All right, so let's get into some upgrade kits. And the first thing, we have the DNA upgrade kit for Rise of the Beasts Prime. So here it is, all the pieces and the figure itself. So he does get a little taller. And here's a side by side, and you actually get toes articulation with this. And I do got to give it to Hasbro because this articulation that this Prime has is very, very good. I just don't need it.
Well, I saw that they had a contest going on where they had this shadowed version of the figure, and they said that if you can guess who it is, they'll give you a free kit or something like that. I didn't even try because I don't want the figure or the kit. So out of this, I think those swords are cool. The added, the added toes, the toesies moving up and down, that's really cool. Other than that, I'd probably buy the kit before I bought the figure.
I agree. Well, when you think about it, I don't remember if we got a price on this yet. So let's just say it's $20. I think that's going a little low, but let's just say it's $20. That brings this up to a $55 figure. Not worth it.
Yeah. And honestly, I really wish I liked these movie characters. Actually, let me take that back. I don't wish I liked these movie characters because I have nowhere else to add a new line into my collection. So keep up the good work, Hasbro.
Yes, please do. Now let's talk about DX9, and they actually showed off this little cute bird thing. I know you hate this mode on Double Dealer, but I just can't get over how cute this little chicken is. And I'm assuming it's called a Mini '01 Triple Changers Double Clouder. So not hiding who it's supposed to be. But it looks fine for what it is.
Honestly, I thought it was cool because it's from DX9. And to me, are they making a comeback? If so, are they going to finish the G2 Stunticons? That's what I care about.
Well, looks like they're starting with Legends before they do anything else. So, will Mr. Legends be adding Double Dealer to his ranks?
No, since I added the Fans Hobby, both versions of the Fans Hobby, as well as, even though it's not, the third mode isn't there for Stalker or Huntsman, I'm good.
All right. Well, we'll see if this ends up in your cart eventually.
No, don't put that pressure on me.
Okay. But hear me out. This next thing's a Legends class, but I think you're going to want to get it, and that's Scorponok. So this thing is 45 centimeters tall, so that's what, about, a foot and a half, give or take. The head is only 9.6 centimeters, so it's a tiny little guy. What do you think?
So clearly, with all the Omega Supremes I purchased, which I can't believe, I have a thing for Titan size figures. This might be a weak point for me, and I'm going to say no for now. But that's for now. I will hope that there's an announcement for a masterpiece size or something like that, so I can get excited for that. But it's potentially possible that this might end up in my cart somehow, some way, and make it into my collection.
So it's already in your cart then?
No.
So I've never wanted Scorponok to be a ginormous city bot. Again, you could hate it all you want. My first Scorponok was the Beast Wars Scorponok, who was just a normal guy. So I always thought it was weird that he was a city bot, and I still think it's weird. And I think in the comics, in the UK, when he was the leader of the Decepticons, he was more normal sized. So I might get this as just my masterpiece Scorponok. Not too big, not too small. It's perfect. Depends on the price.
Yeah, I'm struggling. Saying possible and maybe is really hard to say right now because I definitely want to say definitely or yes, but I want to see. I want to see what it looks like. I want to get some, actual photos of the figure and see what it looks like, and we'll go from there.
Gotcha. Me too. I want to see more about this. So let's move on to some updates. And I started off with this next one. I've been starting it off for you. This one is for me because I'm very excited to get that. And that is Sideswipe and Whisper. So what I thought was really cool about this is they gave him his little missile sword things that the original one had. And you could kind of get that Power Links mode with the wings up and the missiles on the ends. It's fine for what it is. I think it looks good. But what I'm really excited about is this little guy. He looks so dang adorable. Yeah, that's not the best plane mode, but that bot mode is perfect. I want to just buy like this in every color.
I think you have an opportunity to probably.
Probably, and this is where you could see that I was like 10 years old when Armada came out, and I had literally a drawer full of minicons. So I want to recreate that. Come on, Hasbro, give us more minicons.
I am happy to be getting this as well. I'm not as big of a fan of the minicon as you are. I do.
That bot mode looks really good, though. It even has elbows.
I thought the minicons were lazy, actually. So
I'm just excited because we never get little guys anymore.
That is true. The good thing about this is that it gives me a little figure to go with a decent sized figure in my collection, and it's not just all legends or something like that. It breaks it up a little bit, and now I can't be called a legends collector as well. So I like the colors.
Legends figure.
I like the colors, and I like the deco, and I'm glad they are releasing this figure.
So Legends companies out there, if you add minicon ports to those things, you probably get stupid people like me to buy it just because then it's a minicon. So just putting it out there. All right, so next we've got Nova Prime. It looks super boring in this mode. Going to be honest with you. There's no color anywhere, and it looks fine in this mode. The problems with the Galaxy Prime are all problems with here. There's a lot of hollowness, especially in those guns. That's unforgivable.
That is bad.
Yeah. But it looks fine. I don't think it's worth $55, maybe $40, but $55 is too much.
This will stay on the shelf or stay online.
Yeah.
This will not make it into my collection.
Mine either. Yeah. All right, next we've got these guys, which you're getting mostly because of the box. It's Javelin and Cascade. What do you think of them? You already talked about them before.
Yeah, they look good.
Do it again.
And honestly, I still don't know which one is which, but the figure on the left, and that's bad. I probably should know that by now since I'm getting them. But the figure on the left, I really like that gun. That gun looks like it can do some damage.
The gold one?
Yes.
Yeah, it is nice. And that's something I wanted to bring up is that figure's alt mode is really nice. And I know it's just Bumblebee RC with a little bit of doohickeys here and there, but I really do like that alt mode. If I could get that figure by itself, I would probably get it. But I don't like the Chromia mold, nor do I want another one.
Yeah, I think this will be my third Chromia in this look.
I got one with Siege, and I was good. Despite the really good head sculpt on it. I will give it to Hasbro.
Yeah. I'm excited.
All right, next we've got official images of the Toxitron Collection Grimlock. I'm still under the impression that this looks like a prototype that has yet to be painted.
He would forever live in bot mode if I did pick this up. That alt mode it's just too much. It is way too much yellow. It's
too little because it's all yellow. That's something even with the one we have. I don't care if it's accurate. The tiger stripes are only on the legs and the back end. It should be going throughout the whole figure. Put it on his chest and his back and his head, and I think that would, and his legs. I think that would look so much better than this.
Yeah, I did not, put a pre-order in for this or anything. When I first saw it, I was yeah, pass. And I think I'm gonna keep it that
No,
way.
you were not. When you first saw, I'll go watch the tapes. You said you were going to buy this,
I
and it's
don't,
not until I said
I
it
don't remember.
looks like a prototype that you changed your mind and said you're not pre-ordering
I don't remember that. I,
it.
I, I don't. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Not at all. Nope. Plausible deniability.
Plausible deniability. Okay, all right, but I think a little bit of those stripes. Honestly, if it had more of those stripes throughout it, and they made that chest place opaque or solid colored, so you don't see the Autobot symbol underneath it, because that's lazy. You like to say I use that word a lot, but that's lazy. Just putting a tampo over it that doesn't even cover the whole symbol. Um, I think I probably would have picked this up.
I think the chest and the bot mode look is the best looking thing of this figure.
The
The
paint
head
looks
is cool too,
amazing.
but
That blue
yeah,
paint that they
that's
used looks amazing.
yes. And I mean, I'm not a pink person, or if that's even the what hue of pink or that is, but it works for this character.
Yeah, I mean that looks fine too. So it's just the yellow doesn't have any paint on it. So
Yeah, it's blinding.
yes.
Call them
All right.
highlights.
So next we've got that wouldn't be a bad name for him. Highlighter. Anyways, next we've got Studio Series Megatron, and here he is in his glory, and here he is next to Prime. Now, what do you think of this figure?
He is so Prime looks like the robot version. It looks like the uh Hulkbuster suit. That's what Prime looks like.
Oh, with the tiny little head.
Yeah, he looks like Hulkbuster, and Megatron looks like he's about to catch a beating from the Hulkbuster Prime. I mean, he's so small looking. Like really skinny. He looks like the Nemesis in gray.
Yeah, I mean,
Long arms.
it's not that bad.
Those arms are pretty long. Looks
They are. They are.
It's so skinny.
Yeah, and I don't know how accurate it is. I do like the red arm on Megatron. I think that's very unique and different. But I've got to say, I think this old deluxe, this is the deluxe, looks so much better than the new Voyager. Besides the hands. The hands on the old deluxe kind of sucked. But other than that, I think this deluxe looks so. It blows the new one out of the water, if you
That
ask me.
arm cannon does by itself.
Exactly. And it fires a missile. And it really has this cool thing when you plug in the missile, it moves levers so it looks like it's charging up. And there's like purple or red color. So
Hmm.
it has its own feature. It has paint on the arm cannon. This is the Takara version, so it's painted a little bit better than the Hasbro release. But I don't think there's a comparison between these two personally.
Especially for me, because I wouldn't pick up either one.
Well, if you were to pick one up, which one would you pick up?
I'd probably get the one on the left.
Yeah,
The cannon does it for me.
it looks cool. It's Megatron. The
That's
other
yeah,
one looks
exactly.
like it literally goes big to small,
Yeah, it
which
looks
is
like it's on
weird.
backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, like if they flipped that around, it would look better.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's still
Unless he
too
was
small, but at least it would look better.
unless he was using it to help him fly or something like that. Some jet propulsion, and he was shooting the other way to help him go forward or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, maybe I don't know. I like that you're trying to figure out ways to
I'm
make it
trying,
work.
and I apologize for this cough. My allergies are acting up today, so I apologize for this random cough throughout this video.
Megatron just doesn't like you talking smack about him. Let's move on to Kuro Karakuri Starscream. This thing looks crazy. But you get all the accessories, the coronation parts, extra faces, guns, blast effects, and more. And he's got different arm cannons to make him look like Cybertron Starscream, which is cool in its own right. But it's not for me.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be picking this up either. It first and initially it caught my eye, and I was just like, huh. I was just like, and I'm like, huh. And then I go back to, and then I'm going down the rabbit hole of like, nah, that's not gonna make it. Nope.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't transform, first of all, so it's not making it into my collection. And if
Okay.
it transformed, I might be more inclined to pick it up, but probably not.
Exactly.
Toys also showed off this, which is their armor for their Optimus Prime to make it look like Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime when he gets that Jetfire, which I believe is your favorite version of Jetfire. And you were so sad when he died and they put it on Optimus. I know, Bobby. It's okay. You don't have to cry. But this thing looks like a mess. It, I mean, I'm very happy to you guys who have been waiting for this. And maybe it looks different without a black background where everything's kind of mixing together. But I don't like this one bit. So, as a Jetfire fan like yourself, what do you think about this?
I don't know where to begin. The appalling statement of this being my favorite Jetfire. Honestly, this doesn't look as bad as I initially thought. I'm not used to seeing Jetfire and Optimus combine. I mean, that was something that I saw in Armada, and I was like, "What is this?" So that was the first I seen of it. Then when they did it in the movie, I was like, "Again, what is this?"
Well, at
This
least
kit,
in Armada and Energon, like a whole bunch of people combined. This wasn't just a
yeah.
one-off thing with
Well,
Optimus and
I
Jetfire.
forgot. I actually forgot about Energon. It because
In
the show was
Energon,
so
everybody was
memorable.
combining with everybody. So
Yeah, it was just like a big orgy of robots, I guess.
I was
I
going
don't
to
know.
say there were some diseases floating around there, some
Yeah,
viruses.
yeah, yeah. These robots needed to go get you know, some type of penicillin shot or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. But this was this was definitely not my Jetfire. But this doesn't look that bad. I wouldn't get it, and it's not for my collection. But it doesn't look that bad. And maybe it's because it's the colors popping out on it, the blacks, the reds, the grays. Maybe that's what it is that give it some, I don't know, some pizzazz or something to it. I don't know what it is. I don't like it, but it's not bad.
All right. Well, that's surprising. See, told you
It
this
is.
is your favorite version of Jetfire after all.
That is
So
such an untruth.
let's get into something that I know you're going to buy. You are the resident Legends collector, and I think you're going to get this. So before you say whether or not you're going to buy it, this thing looks really cool. Here's this mode. Here is this. So with this, you could see that the mouth is movable. And it has a whole bunch of lights, and there's 12 magnetic lighting effects, which is really cool. And if you pre-order it, you get this little bitty wind blade to go with it, which is part of the comics, where she's like the Titan Whisperer or something. And you get a remote control for the lights. So this thing's going to be a 739 won, which is about 103.38 USD. So I'm assuming on Show Z and other sites like that, it's probably going to be about 140. Now, will you be getting this Legends figure?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Told you you're Mr. Legends.
The now, with that being said, I'm about to contradict myself because I was going to say I wouldn't get it, or it wouldn't have been as definitive if they had a masterpiece version of this. But I'm going to contradict myself, and I'll admit it because I did have 2 Omega Supremes, maybe 3 Masterpiece Omega Supremes before I got the Legends Omega Supremes. So while it sounds good, I'm talking about myself. It sounds good that if they had a masterpiece version, I may not be inclined to get this. But with everything you just read off on it, it looks great. The lights, everything, the price is fair, and I'm all in. Actually, it's cheaper than the Omega Supremes. And now it could be because I'm not
who
familiar
knows?
with the company.
Yeah, and who knows when it actually comes out, if it's going to be the same price. That's their suggested retail cost. Is that the suggested retail cost if you pick it up in a Chinese store, like in China, or is that going to be what the online retailers are? So there's a lot of iffy things.
Yeah.
What do you think I'm going to say about this figure?
This is not your Metroplex color. You repainted as some the blue and the black one, and you'll buy two of them or something like that. It's slipping my mind.
Wow, Bobby, I thought you knew me better than that. If they repainted it as Metro Titan, he's blue, white,
Metro
and red.
Titan. That's who
I
it
thought
is.
you knew me better than that. No, I want to see this as Metro Titan. I have the Make Toys one. I'll buy any version of Metro Titan. It is my favorite Titan class figure. I think it looks amazing. I love the colors on it, and it's a Decepticon. I could care less for a Metroplex. No shade to any of you
So good
G1ers out there, but I want Metro Titan. But again, like I talked about, this is all my weirdness is because they never released Transtech. If they released Transtech, I would be right there with you. But it got me into weird stuff. So let's keep going. Speaking of weird things, we've got Like Toy Slipstream. Now, this thing does look really good, and I would want it. The alt mode is a little but the bot mode is so good, I'm willing to let it slide, honestly. I just hope this goes into mass production somewhere because I would pick this up in a heartbeat for a reasonable cost.
I like it in bot mode. I love the colors. I know you're the fembot whisperer, so.
Oh, wow. Thank you for that honor.
Yeah, so I think it looks good. It looks like there's some posability in there, and I would probably get it, but similar to you, for the price that it's going to probably go for, like some of their other figures that I thought about picking up, that once I saw the picture, or saw the price, I was out on, especially like some of their upgrade kits. I'm like, oh, I would love to get that, but I just can't. And so this looks good, and I would love to add it to my collection. It would stay on the shelf in bot mode, definitely. I think that's by far the best version of this.
This was, and please, Like Toys, tell me if I'm wrong, this was designed as the bot character with the alt mode as an afterthought. I think that's pretty clear. But it works really well, and I would pick this up in a heartbeat for the right price. $300 would be pushing it. $200 would be pushing it. $120, like we've talked about, is that sweet spot.
And is this a masterpiece size, or?
I think so. Masterpiece as in 8 or so inches tall. It's the same size as Wind-A-Girl. The Windblade from Bingo Toys.
Yeah, I'd potentially pick this up if 120-ish. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, I do wish it was as big as the male Seekers, but can't have everything. So next we've got the KFC Genrai, and I guess it's supposed to be coming out at the beginning of the month, they said on their Weibo. And I just think it's funny that they're producing this first instead of the Genrai, so you don't have a big empty chest. They're giving you a paper craft cab to put in his chest as a placement until that one comes out. Will you be getting this, Bobby?
No, I'm not getting it. And the price, it is expensive for this figure. And
for the set.
For each piece, I'm like, man, this is like a $450, $500, if not more. And I was just like, I don't like this version of Prime that much. Maybe
I agree.
surprising.
And honestly, I like the fans hobby version better. Now this is more screen accurate, I get it, but I think the fans hobby one is more interesting to the eye, if that makes any sense.
Well, even with the original G1 version, it wasn't my favorite Prime. I thought it was kind of cool, and then I was like, it looks kind of thrown together. I don't really like base modes, and then I didn't like the way the base mode looks. So the combined mode was really cool for you to get this souped up Prime, but it still was kind of eh. And with this coming out with the paper chest, I'm like, it's a good idea, but I guess the other thing is, if you don't want to buy all the pieces, this lets you get, a look on your shelf. So that is nice of them to do that.
Yes,
But not
definitely.
gonna,
If you just want the Genrai, you can do that.
yeah.
All right. So next we have your favorite Jetfire. And I'm not joking this time. We've got the oversized KO of the Siege Jetfire. Now you're picking this up, right?
Honestly, I don't think I am.
Oh.
And I do like to have the Siege version. It's fine. But I have the Takara masterpiece and I have the Fans Toys masterpiece, Phoenix. I don't know where I would put an oversized Jetfire that I thought was a good looking mold, but it was a good looking mold for Hasbro. I was very surprised that they did this, but the MP sizes, I just think they really knocked those out. So I don't think I'm gonna get this. Um, if I see it at a con or something like that, I may pick it up, but it's not burning my wallet right now.
I understand. Um, I like the Siege Jetfire mold just like you. Honestly, I think it's big enough to be a masterpiece scale. I don't like, just like Scorponok, I don't like my Jetfire to be ginormous. Um, so I would just use that in a masterpiece collection. But it does look fine for what it is. I do guess the paint scratches very, very easily on this KO. People were saying. Um, so I'm out.
Mm,
But I
yeah,
just don't need it, like you said. I've got the Siege one. I'm good with that.
yeah. I mean, I don't know how much it is, but yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
All right. Well, check your pre-orders because you said you already pre-ordered earlier.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I,
Next,
no,
we
let me.
have this guy, which I know you are interested in, and it looks pretty cool. It's got a great crossbow. I like that the crossbow could go on the back and be wings. This looks really cool. But the mode that you're really going to want to see is this mode. And I really do like this ship. It's a little bit different from their other ones.
Got me.
Yeah.
I can. I mean, I'm in on the set, and I've been picking up all the ships. They've been getting better as from much better from the first one, and as I see the trajectory. So by the time the last ship comes out, it's gonna probably be like an amazing figure, and I'll be raving about it. But I'm in on this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew you were going to be. This turns into an arm. It obviously looks a little smaller than their other ships. And that center torso piece, when they showed it off, looks huge. So I think you'll be very happy.
I somewhat like the train bots. I couldn't wait to get the next one, and it was such a thrill to get them. Or with the Kang toys, the Predaking, um, the gold ones that I just completed as well. It's just like I can't wait for that last one to come in. So I'm really looking forward to what these are gonna look like combined.
Well, we had very different experiences because with the Kang toys, I was like, ugh, can we just finish this already? I want to get it over with. So let's get into what is incoming. And now, this first one we've talked about before. This is the Magic Square Onslaught, and this is the IDW version, so the guns are a little bit of a different color. I think it looks fine. I just wish it was bigger. I know you're all in on these because they are legends, correct?
Negative and negative. And yeah, that's too small. Though, no, I'm not gonna even say it. No, they're too small.
Ooh,
And
ooh, we were gonna say unless.
I was gonna say, unless I need some figures to go along with my Metroplex that's in the legend scale, but
See?
I just don't have the space for it. Like those are just going to be one-offs, and I think what I'll probably do is find a shelf for these one-off bigger legends figures and leave these alone.
I don't blame
That's
you.
what
It looks good though.
it
This
does look
next one
good.
I put in, yes. This next one I put in just for you. And it's Kit's concept from across the dark blue version featuring fast pack armor. So this is a not technically a transformer, but I threw it in because I thought it looked cool. This is a limited edition. It's still $190 for a 7-inch figure, but I really like that blue, orange, and black combo.
So I love Robotech. When the toy Jetfire came out when I was a kid, based off of Robotech, I was in on these. You know, the original color, that was the Jetfire color. I was in on it, and then the price was, I think, like $300 or something like that. It's something ridiculous, and it was a small figure. Then I started hearing problems with the figure, so this looks really good. I like the orange strap on the gun as well, but the price is a little bit more in line of what I was thinking it would be, but even with that, it's still too small.
I agree.
So I can't pay that much for a small figure that has problems knowingly out the gate.
Yep, I agree. It looks really nice though.
It does. It really does.
All right. Next, we've got this, which is the Jetwing Optimus Prime in the black and green. I have the original Jetwing Prime in leader class, so I don't need this, but this does look really nice.
I like those swords coming out of his arms. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I think the
And
teal flames actually looks cool for an Nemesis Prime. I don't like the flames on the normal Optimus, but a Nemesis Prime, I think it looks pretty cool.
I think it makes more sense, but I just don't like that type of truck.
Oh, I'm indifferent to the type of truck. Next, we have Fans Hobby Destroyer, and this packaging is immaculate and makes me want to get this, but I am holding out for the G1 US colors.
Yeah, this should be coming to me soon. So I like the packaging as well. I'm just excited to get the figure. It seems like it's been longer than normal for this figure to come out.
Kind of, yes. I think they're trying to put them so where they're closer together, but it looks great. I can't wait to see you with it in hand.
Yeah, me too.
All right, let's talk about what was recently released. First thing, Dion and Ariel. Now, I was going to put this in incoming, but it looks like they're already in stock on Hasbro Pulse. So you should be getting a shipping notification soon because obviously Bobby had to buy this pretty in pink figure with her Ken.
Yeah, I couldn't wait for the pre-order to go up since I wasn't at San Diego Comic-Con. I did get it. It should be shipping out soon, so I'm looking forward to it. As a kid, I always wanted a Dion. I thought it was kind of cool that they finally gave us one. I do wish it would, they stopped reusing the same molds all the time, but it is what it is for this obscure character.
Yep, I am completely out on these, but let's just move on to something a little cute, and that are these guys. So these are the Kids World Transformers G1 minifigures, and they were released in Europe. So these things look pretty adorable, and they come in these weird egg things, which I think it's funny that Barricade is on one of these eggs, but he's not one of the figures. I don't know what's up with that, but they look, excuse me, decent. I don't know how expensive they are, but $1.50. I'd pick up some of them.
Yeah, the Soundwave is cool. The Ironhide is actually pretty cool. The RC looks good. The Prime is okay. Hate the Bumblebee. Hate the Grimlock. Hate the Megatron.
Oh, see, I was gonna say Grimlock and Megatron were the two I would want. I like how Megatron's in pain, and that Grimlock just looks funky.
Yeah, it's not enough for. I mean, I know it's Megatron, but it's not enough for it to be Megatron to me. So that's why I don't. But yeah.
Oh, there he is. You talked bad about him again, and he's coming after your lungs.
I know, right?
All right. Next, we got this guy, which we talked about. This is Pengu Toys Lion Face. Great name. And this is obviously Leo Convoy. What do you think of this?
It looks pretty good. I think I said I was out on getting it, which
you said
I
you were.
am.
Well, it's only about 5.5 inches tall, so that's definitely out. Even though that's Voyager size for Hasbro nowadays, I don't think it's worth the money.
Yeah, it's too small, but it looks good. The paint looks really good on it. The paint looks really,
which is funny because you're contradicting exactly what you said last video.
You're rubbing off on me. What can I say?
Well, what about this?
So this looks so much like a hot mess. The one thing I guess the mess has been so overwhelming. I never noticed what is that, like a burgundy or whatever windshield of the helicopter. I never noticed that. But yeah, it's still grab the figure and just put it all up.
Before we move on to the next, yeah, pretty much. Before we move on to the next pictures, I'm gonna say I want this in pink with little legs, so it could be a shrimp. Because I think that looks like a shrimp. I realized what it looks like now. Give it a little curved tail, and it could be like Cocktailatron or something like that. I'd probably pick that up. But here are the real images, which I think people are actually buying it for. And yeah, it looks fine.
That alt mode, I mean, that Bugatti, though, ooh, it's...
But like you said last time, you would get the black version just like I would instead of this one.
Yeah, I would. If I won the lottery, I'm telling you, I would have a Bugatti in an ignorant color like this. So that's what's getting me. But again, I'm not a fan of the character, so that's what also makes it hard. So I'm still passing.
Well, are you going to be passing on Platinum Mouse?
I think I'm gonna call him the Brain, Pinky and the Brain.
Hey, that works. He's gonna be Lab Rat in my,
I do like Lab Rat.
And I think it's the Brain could be his nickname.
Yeah, Lab Rat. I mean, I'm picking this up.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Will you be picking up Hamster? That's the official name for this figure.
Hamster? Is it Hamster and Gerbil? I am picking this one up as well. I am just waiting for them to ship. They look good together, so I will have all three.
Yep, these look really good. I'm ecstatic we're getting them, and they make me very excited for that silver Tarantulas repaint. It gives me hope that they're going to be doing that.
It just looks, I mean, Lab Rat, as you call him, looks really good in that pose. So I'm really happy that you're going to finally get your figures that you've been asking for that packet for so long, since I've known you.
I remember when we were looking at that rat trap, I said, if they make it in pack rat, I'll pick it up. I was not expecting this white version, but I'll take it. All right. Well, that's everything we have for you today. Let us know what you think below, and like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys very soon.
Yes, as always, to all debates are won. Again, happy birthday, Peter Cullen, the bot.